everyone, I'm Angela. Welcome and welcome back to Angela's Fashion Mix. Happy Sunday. I hope your day has been going well, and I thank you for being here as always. If you're new, this is where I talk about fashion from head to toe, how to maximize our closets. I share style tips and ways to create new looks when we bring in those pieces that we're adding into our wardrobe, and how to get long life out of all of those things if we so choose. I typically hold on to things for a while, and when I buy new pieces, I have multiple ways in mind as to how to wear the new items. So I love it all, hats to shoes and everything in between. So that's what I talk about here. I do hope you stick around. And while you're here, go ahead and subscribe, like, and share. I do appreciate you sharing the videos, and I hope you find value in this channel. So today's video is a continuation of my discussion on body types. I'm also taking you on a shop along. I went to Macy's and tried on a few pieces, which I didn't like after I put it on. I also tried on a wrap dress. I didn't really like it. It didn't seem to belt in the right way for it to fall along my waistline. So I didn't get that. But there is a large selection of dresses. But if you're in the market for a white dress, I found that they do have several white dresses for this time of year with graduation or church events or any other thing that would require a white dress. Macy's does have some. Also went to Walmart. I went to Walmart looking specifically for spring blazers. The one that I did go to had one style of blazer, and it was a multicolored plaid, not quite what I was looking for. And I was a little surprised by that, but I'm going to check some others. If I find any, I will definitely let you know. I also went to one of my favorite consignment boutiques, which is Montage Boutique in Midlothian, Virginia, and I didn't see anything that I thought I needed. So a friend needed a centerpiece for her dining room table, so I helped with that. Ran into Kroger. If you're looking for really pretty florals for your floral arrangements, if Kroger is in your area, Kroger has, I think, nice, vibrant blooms for your spring arrangements. So let's jump into the rectangular body type. This is the third in the series. If you follow fashion shows or if you see models in magazines or on the runway, a lot of them will fit into the rectangular body type. That simply means that in terms of measurements from the top to the bottom, there's not a lot of variation in those numbers. So that creates somewhat of that boxy, straight, up and down figure called the rectangular body type. Typically, the waistline is much smaller, and a lot of us are trying to get to that, but this is where that really stands out. There's no real definition in terms of where the waistline is. So I'll be talking a little bit about how to define the waistline. And I'm going to start with belts. If you wear a skinny belt or if you wear something a little bit wider, that is a great way to cinch the waist, bring the eye into that area of the body, making your waistline look smaller by defining it. And that is a great way to get the eye off of the top or the bottom. And that's going to give your body a little bit more shape. You can also define the waist with high-rise jeans or higher waistlines on your pants. That's going to cinch you in a little bit and ultimately give some definition to that area. So let's talk about the kinds of tops you can wear if you fit into this body type. So a great way to create some fullness up top, add a little bit to the shoulder, and define the waist at the same time is with a wrap style top. That's going to give some interest at the waist. That V-neck is going to create some interest here in the front. And it's a great way to just add some fullness here, adding some definition to the waist, taking the eye off of the lower part of the body. That V-neck is going to bring the eye to that area. You can definitely accentuate that with jewelry, bring a little bit of interest there in that way. If you're bustier, a V-neck top is going to be a great option for you. Give some definition here at the neckline. You can also accent with jewelry, and that's going to give the eye somewhere to go other than directly to the bust area. Another way to camouflage the bust is to add prints to the V-neck. That's going to give additional interest and a great way to camouflage the areas. When it comes to your bottoms, again, I mentioned the high-waisted pant, but also with regard to bringing interest to the body, taking the interest away from the shape there. You can wear flared leg pants. Culottes are going to be a great option. You're also going to be able to wear pants that have pockets. Now, this is a great way for the joggers to be used. The joggers are going to have pockets on the sides. That's going to add some fullness. It's going to add some definition. And that's going to give you a little bit more of a look of having hips being a little bit wider than you actually are. You can do that with skirts that have a lot of print. And this is a time for those box pleated skirts. A great way to add a little fullness at the hips as it's going to fall off of the waistline, flare out a little bit, and that's going to give you a little more definition on the lower part of your body. So bringing in bold colors, bringing in bold prints, that's going to be a great way to take the eye from the top of the body into the bottom part of the body and create some interest there. So when it comes to dresses, you can definitely create a lot of interest on the top or the bottom of your body. So say you want to focus on the top and you have a dress that is sleeveless. A cape is going to give you some interest up top. It's creating some flare as you see in this photo. And that's going to bring the interest to the top half of the body. A great way to bring interest to the bottom half is with flare. So bringing the interest down on the body is not going to look as rectangular because you have somewhere else for the eye to go and a way to widen the body on the bottom half. So let's talk a little bit about jackets. Now, this is where the peplum style is going to serve you well because it is going to add a little bit of what looks like hips because it has more of the tapered waist once you button it or where it falls there at the waistline. And that peplum is going to add some fullness to the hips, therefore creating what looks a lot less boxy on the rectangular type. You can also wear moto jackets. You can focus on the shoulders. If you like shoulder pads, this is a way to add those shoulder pads to create some interest up top. So I'll finish with coats, and that's for winter as well as lightweight spring coats. I suggest that you buy coats that are a little more full at the top, a little fuller at the bottom, and have more of a defined waist. That's going to not show the rectangular body beneath because you have covered it from top to bottom with that particular style. You can get flare on the bottom, you can have flare at the top, you can have fullness, and that is definitely going to give you a lot of interest. So to recap, you don't have to focus on the full body at one time. You have a lot of flexibility in terms of which area you want to focus on at what time. If you choose to focus on the top and the bottom at the same time, I definitely suggest that you focus on the waist along with that. That's going to pull you in and create a shape for you. I hope this helps and that you find some ways to maybe look in your closet and create some looks from things you already have, and maybe some pieces that you haven't been wearing you can now incorporate into your day-to-day looks. I have some questions about the description box. Typically, you should be able to see my hi everyone. If you click on that arrow just to the right side of the video, there's a little arrow that's going to give you a drop down box, or it may say more. If you click on that, that's going to open up the description box so that you can see the links to some of the pieces that I put in here that I've shown today. So over the past several months, several of you have asked if I sell my clothes, and I'm letting you know that I am processing how to actually make that work to be able to sell clothes from here in the closet. So in trying to bring that to you in a way that's smooth and not confusing, and how to make that a pleasurable experience for you, but also a smooth operation for me, I'm working on how to make that happen. If that is something that you are interested in, let me know in the comments so I can kind of get a real feel for what that interest might look like, so I know how to tailor a plan for what the interest might be. So I want to make sure that this goes like I want it to go so that you're happy at the end and I'm happy at the end. So I'm working on that. So I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. A lot of the feedback that I'm getting is that you all are enjoying the content that I bring to you. I absolutely appreciate your support always. So if you will, I have one request of you for this week. Find one person that you have not shared the content with and send them a link to my channel. Send a link to a video, send a link to a video that you've enjoyed or multiple videos that you've enjoyed. You all come back week after week, and I am so elated by that. So if you will, just help me share the word about Angela's Fashion Mix here or on Instagram. That's where you see kind of day to day. I'm starting to do a little bit more lifestyle things over there. So if you can help me get the word out about Angela's Fashion Mix, I would tremendously appreciate that. Thank you all so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of the video, and I will see you the next time. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.